Hi, I am Kayla Desirae Calahan, and today I will be discussing my intercultural interview. So today I'm going to be talking about my intercultural interview. It's Nigerian edition. So I had interviewed my friend Diamond McBride. We have been friends for a while now. She's kind of new to the campus, and we've just been getting along really well, and I learned about her culture and she learned a bit about mine. So I had figured out that my friend was Nigerian, and since I knew that, I decided to just interview her because we were friends and I just wanted to get to know more about her culture. So to start off the interview, I asked Diamond just a plethora of questions just to get to know her a little bit more, because of course I already knew her, but I wanted to know more about where she came from and her background. So of course she's from Nigeria, she's from Lagos, Nigeria, and she grew up there a little bit, but they ended up moving to the United States because she wanted to have just a better life overall and in general. So in Nigeria, they do a lot of things differently from the United States. Like, I know the food is different, like the cuisine there is different, and they have different cultural traditions. So they have different festivities and they have different festivals, like for Easter and Christmas, than we do in the United States. So one thing about Diamond that I remember that she told me was, I asked her a specific question about the role of men and women in her family, and she said that men play a specific role as like the head of the household, and I told her that that's kind of the same thing with me. Like, men are like the breadwinners of the family. They are very important and they're like the head of the household. They're like the lion. They're just the most important person basically. And then the women carry on the like household duties, or they take care of the children. So that's one thing me and her had in common. We can say that those duties apply to women and men in both our cultures. And I know she said that her grandmother is actually seen as the head of the family, and like she's important and she's the one that everyone respects and everyone talks to. And I would say that's kind of the same for me. Like, the grandparents are the people that like everybody respects. Like, you just don't disrespect your grandparents. So another thing, like I said before, was the cuisine, the different cuisine that we eat. They have different foods over there that I've heard of and some that I haven't heard of. But in the same breath, Diamond says she likes American cuisine as well, but she does enjoy the food that she has there. Like, I know they have rice and peas, and then she eats, it's a certain food that they have. I can't really remember the name, but they eat kind of the same things that I kind of grew up with. So that's one thing we can get along with that. Like, just the jerk chicken, stuff like that. Like, really good food. Some other things that we discussed were respect and disrespect. Certain signs of respect and disrespect in the culture. I know that she said that if you look at your elders or make eye contact with your elders, that is seen as disrespectful in her culture, because it's just rude to look at your elders in any way. I never heard of that, so I thought that was really interesting to hear. I was like, really? Like, if you look at your elders, because, you know, in my culture, like American culture, you're supposed to look at your elders while they're speaking to you, make eye contact, because if you're looking away, it's sign as disrespect. So I thought that was very interesting, and that's something that's different between us. But overall, the interview was a success, and I just got to know more about her culture, and it really expanded my mind and my palate, because I knew that everyone's culture was different, but just to know that one of my friends, they just lived so differently than me, and we still had some similarities, was kind of cool. So overall, I would say the interview was really nice, and just getting to know her a little bit more and know a little bit about her background and where she comes from. It really was a good time and a fun interview, and I'm glad that I conducted it. Thank you so much for listening to this speech, and yeah.